Love and money. What have they got in common? Today, I'm going to explore the frequency of love and why it is so important to be in that frequency on your manifestation journey. I'm Victoria. I'm a personal development and money mindset coach, and I work with small business owners and help them to regulate their nervous system. Okay. Train themselves that it is safe to have money, create money, and create a fulfilling business and life to thrive in. So, first and foremost, love is really important because love is a frequency. So, love is so much bigger than how we might think about it, which is just in our relationships. I love that person, they love me, whatever it is. But love is also so important. And it's that self love that's the part that people often struggle with. And it's important for us to really build our self love when we are on this journey of wishing to manifest different results in our business and lives, because that love is essential for us to help to calm us, to help to ground us, to help with the teaching I mentioned at the start of the video around how we need to teach our nervous system that actually receiving money is okay. We can receive money, we love money, and so it's really important to start loving ourselves on this journey. This is the part, though, that we again often overlook because we're encouraged to just go out there and high vibe, to work really hard, to hustle. Hard work is not the route to success. Of course, it's one of the ways that people can attract more money. But if it were true that hard work equated to money, then every person on the front line in the pandemic would be right now relaxing on their beautiful desert island somewhere because they would be really wealthy. So that is not true. So that's one of the myths that we need to let go of. And what tends to happen is when you set up a business, you come into business and you are met with mentors and coaches that will teach you, you have to do this, you must do that, you must do the other, you should be doing this. And it's really noisy out there. And of course, we do need advice when we set up our business. We absolutely do. But very often, the thing that we ignore is ourselves and this self love and knowing, liking, and loving, trusting yourself. And that for me is one of the most foundational pieces for any business success is knowing yourself, loving yourself and trusting yourself. But everything that's thrown at us through the you should be doing this, do that, have this funnel, have that, we lose that sense of self and we get lost in the noise. And then we find ourselves being propelled into this comparing all of the time. You know, I'm not doing as well. I should have made more money. And actually, the energy that we're in there is so far away from love. Okay. That energy is entirely about hustle and fear. It is fear behind all of that. And if we just imagine that there's just two emotions, there's love and there's fear. Is it fear running your business or is it love? And that's a really important question to sit with. Because, as I say, we are told that we're doing it wrong so often, and that fear, it just rises up, and yeah, we make different choices and we forget about the love. Okay, now the love comes from being aligned in flow, loving the service that you are creating and providing. Of course, you're going to need a steer. Well, I won't tell you you do, but when it comes to your marketing, you will perhaps need a steer. But the most important thing is to trust yourself. You're most likely going to need systems. Okay. But the most important thing for anyone starting out on their entrepreneurial journey is to know, like, love, and trust themselves. Because that frequency of love, that is going to be what attracts so much more to you. And you can't skip this. Okay. The work that I can help you to do is all around your personal development, your identity. If you don't have an identity at the moment that matches up to the goals you want to create, then you are not going to get there. So we need to have a look. We need to understand what is your programming right now. Let's look at this fear. What is the fear? Are you setting your outcomes and your goals from love or from fear? I have to make money. That is from fear. Okay. I'm excited to serve. That is from love. And the energy behind the two is very different. And if you're pouring in a lot of lack and a lot of hustle, have to work hard, push, push, push energy into your business, then you are moving away from love. Okay. And that is not going to help you create the outcomes you want or the impact that you want in the world. So, love is really important if you want to create money through your business and in your life as well. Love is really important. Loving yourself is so important. Reprogramming those nervous system responses you get, the fear when it creeps up on you, being able to ground yourself. Those are the things that are going to help you. And most importantly, loving yourself enough to hear. To hear. So, through the chaos of you should do this, you should do that, is having the clarity, the calm to hear yourself. Yeah. Think about how you show love to another person. How do you show up in that relationship? You need to be working on that for yourself too. Because when you're at that frequency of love, so much more becomes possible. Please do subscribe. Find me on social media because I talk about this all the time and I am fed up with watching us squish ourselves into boxes, with listening to the old narrative around how we have to work hard and have to hustle. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. There is a different way. And when you can spend time learning to love yourself, making peace, that is when you can start attracting the money, the abundance, the clients, everything that you really do desire. So please do follow, comment if you would like me to talk about anything specific, and I'll see you next time. Take care.